These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Bruce via Wiser Now. We could get our notifications on the 29th of February, and this was obviously from the 29th of February. I'm backtracking a little bit for those that missed. Bruce said they could start the exchange on the 1st of March, which is Friday, which is today. Everything is moving in the right direction, so let's see what happens, guys. All right, Judy Byington says RV rates have been agreed upon with a goal of the RV to happen by today, Friday, March 1st. It was now my personal opinion that Tier 4B, us, the internet group, would receive notification for our redemption and exchange appointments around the 29th of February or Friday, March 1st. Frank26 says this monetary reform, the next step, which is vitally important in order for us to see what we're looking for, is called the managed float. Their currency matched at least 1-to-1 with the dollar will be an international basket. All the articles have been talking about it. It's going to be a managed float. They'll eventually say, stop it right there. We can't go any higher than the other Middle Eastern currencies. This managed float is in its first stage. The float is about to happen. All right, Militiaman says, how are you going to finance one of the biggest world projects at 1310 when your valuation of your country is far greater than any other country in the region per kilometer? What value are they going to use to value the operational side of the budget for 23, investment side for 23? If they haven't gone to private sector at 1310, obviously there's circumstance that suggests they're not going into private sector at 1310. All right, Sanson article quote, update ministerial conference, 13th session, the 26th to 29th, February 2024, quote, the National Committee on Iraq's Ascension to the WTO has made distinguished efforts to align domestic legislation and laws with WTO agreements and have the technical requirements of ascension fulfilled. Mark Z via PDK question. Mark, what do you think of the rumor it could happen tomorrow? Mark Z says, I'm going to leave it as a rumor for now, but it could happen in 3 minutes or 2 days. We just don't know the timing. But the rumors are nonstop running hard. Frank26, Iraq boots on the ground report. Frank says, I sent you to your bank friend. Your friend is going to be receiving machinery, in my opinion, that will help him identify the new lower notes they're going to give you. They're also going to be sending in people who are experts in the process of exchanging currency. In your case, 3-0 notes for lower notes. It's very obvious the next step for the CBI is for these people and this equipment to be used to give you the new exchange rate and lower notes. It is approaching you with great confidence. Be strong. You're almost there. Claire article quote, Iraq completes requirements to join WTO, quote, the Iraqi Minister of Trade, Athir al-Gharari, affirmed that Iraq fulfilled the conditions necessary to become a member of the World Trade Organization, or the WTO, following the completion of the economic reforms and the enhancement of the investment climate. All right, Jeff has an article quote, Iraq completes requirements to join WTO. Iraqi Minister of Trade affirmed that Iraq fulfilled the conditions necessary to become a member of the World Trade Organization following the completion of economic reforms and the enhancement of the investment climate. Hearing a lot about these article quotes. All right, we've got Pimpy who says, we personally do not exchange our currency with Iraq. What happens if the sanctions are lifted? They revalue the currency. We take our currency down to the banks. We exchange the Iraqi dinar for US dollars. If that bank buys and sells foreign currencies, they would keep it on their books as an asset. If they turn it over to the Federal Reserve, then the Federal Reserve would be dealing with Iraq as far as swapping the US dollar for the Iraqi dinar, but most banks are going to keep it on their books. Pippi goes on to say that's why you don't have to worry about whether Iraq has enough US dollars. It's going to be whether your bank has enough dollars, and since everything's going to be digital, there's not going to be a problem with that. That's how it's going to happen all around the world. You're going to be able to go into your bank, exchange your IQD, and that's who you're exchanging it with. Iraq does not have to have all those US dollars to cover the IQD because banks are going to hold them on their books as foreign reserve assets. All right, Militiaman says Iraq is going to have a lot of inflows. They're going to need to make things stable to be able to defend their currency. They're going to need to keep pricing stable. All these guys, the World Trade Organization, all know that. Mountain Goat says some recent, very interesting and informative news articles we can use to help connect the dots about what is going on with the project to delete the zeros. All fantastic news, but just news for now. The actual execution part is coming very soon, but not yet. I'm still staying very excited, but remember, Iraq does not work on our schedule. Just relax, it is coming, and we must just follow the news and see what happens next. Lastly, we have Rayren98 via Vinterv. Three letter agencies are on a 24-hour watch.